Bahamas Tonight Access Now starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Access Now. We've made it to Hump Day. I'm Marlena Leonard.
And I'm Swanson Gibson Jr. with the light-hearted, and human interest stories. A look at what's on the lighter side of news tonight.
But first, let's get our first look at weather with Diane Dorsett. Diane, we're in the middle of the week. We have a holiday coming up. How are things looking in your neck of the woods?
It's looking like a typical Bahamian summer. There'll be plenty of warm weather to enjoy, but you'll also want to keep an eye out for a few passing showers and thunderstorms. Well, let's take a closer look. When we look at our satellite picture, we're seeing a ribbon of cloudiness stretched across the extreme northwest Bahamas, thanks to that frontal boundary that brought the rain these last few days and is now slowly making its way out of the area. Elsewhere, much of the country is seeing mainly high clouds because we've got high pressure and the Saharan that's keeping those showers at bay for now. Looking ahead, another mid-level trough is expected to develop over the northwest Bahamas by late Thursday, bringing a few showers, and even 1 or 2 strong thunderstorms could develop across parts of the area on Friday before that system gradually lifts northward by Sunday. Elsewhere in the tropics, tropical cyclone development is not expected for the next 7 days. Now looking at our 3-day boating forecast, in the northwest Bahamas tonight and tomorrow, we'll get south to southwest winds moving at 12 to 18 knots, with seas at 3 to 6 feet. We'll get high tides at 8:47 this evening and again at 9:03 in the morning. In the central Bahamas, southeast to south winds moving at 10 to 15 knots, seas at 2 to 4 feet. And then in the southeast Bahamas, southeast winds moving at 12 to 18 knots, seas at 3 to 6 feet. Therefore, boaters, you're advised to exercise caution. And then on Friday in the northwest Bahamas, as those systems move, we've got south to southwest winds at 10 to 15 knots, seas at 2 to 4 feet, a high tide at 9:42 in the morning, followed by a low tide at 3:45. In the central Bahamas, southeast winds 10 to 15 knots, seas at 2 to 4 feet. And once again in the southeast Bahamas, southeast winds the same at 12 to 18 knots with seas at 3 to 6 feet, and that caution still in place. It's time now for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
You're all over the town, you're chasing down every crack and crevice you own. You're all over the place, you're trying to roam. You're living a sweet thing at home. I don't care if you live in life with the key, if you live in town, this thing don't discriminate. I want you to know when come round.
That was your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance, and that wraps up your Access weather forecast. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks so much for that great insight, Diane.
Yes, every time I see those international temperatures, I'm just a little more grateful, because it might be hot here, but at least it's not 101 degrees in Paris.
It might be bad, but it always could be worse elsewhere. So got to be appreciative of what you have here.
And we have a beach, you know, you can get in the water.
Considering we having a good weather over the extra long weekend, especially if you want to do some festivities and whatnot, partake in that. So, yeah.
Looking forward to that for sure. Well, we've got a lot coming up in the show tonight. Our differently abled friends prepare for an upcoming job fair. We'll tell you how they're handling business next.
Student entrepreneurs host a trade show to promote their wares. The details are straight ahead.
And remember Alyssa Bain, the Bahamian scholar who jetted off to Prague earlier this month? Well, she's back home with medals and wins galore. We have the update.
And in sports, we've got more from the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, Scotland.
But next, we've got the Small Business Development Centre in studio to highlight the opportunities available for small and medium-sized businesses. That and so much more when the Bahamas Tonight Access Now returns.
The Blue Heart is the global symbol for human trafficking. It represents solidarity with the victims and a commitment to ending the exploitation of human lives. See the Blue Heart, know the cause, take a stand.
Tasha, what you saying? Girl, right here, rushing to cash, J.S. Johnson. I gotta renew my insurance. Oh, I with JSJ too, but I don't wait in line. I just pay online. Stop it. How you do that? Just email info@jsjohnson.com and say, sign me up for an online service center. They'll reach out and hook you up. You ain't never have to stand in line again. Amen to that. Save time. Pay online. Sign up for J.S. Johnson's online service center today.
Insurance, peace of mind. Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Enter any Super Value or Quality Supermarkets location and you enter a world of savings with specials like Rainbow Corned Beef, 12 ounces, $2.39. Par Excellence Long Grain Rice, 5 pounds, $3.99. Whole chicken wings, $1.79 per pound. Fresh tomatoes, $1.99 per pound. Iceberg lettuce, $2.49 each. Forget the GPS, drop the compass, and turn off the maps. If you're looking to shop and save, you're looking for Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Well, welcome back. You're watching Access Now. The Small Business Development Center, or the SBDC, has for years been an integral part of helping fund and support small and medium-sized businesses in the country. 2 of those businesses are Studio 8 Creative, whose CEO is Nori Arnett, and Luminescence Candle Company by Kamara Strawn. Welcome to Access Now.
Hi.
Now, can you tell us more about your businesses and the products that you offer?
Yes, so my name is Nori Arnett, and I own Studio 8 Creative, which is a web and design studio that tailors towards small businesses, entrepreneurs, corporate brands, as well as government agencies.
So a little bit of everything.
Yes.
Yes, and Luminescence Candle Company is a soy-based candles. We make candle flower bouquets, jar candles.
Ooh.
Yes.
That's great stuff. So Nori and Kamara, we know the SBDC has played an integral role in the growth of your respective businesses. So just talk about how specifically the role the SBDC has played in just providing resources for you guys.
Okay, well, for me, I received a grant through the SBDC through the Women's Entrepreneur Initiative. With the grant process, it was relatively easy and especially insightful when it comes to Bahamian businesses. Right. And the grant has helped me expand my business into more so social media marketing and tailoring those businesses when it comes to social media content.
Right. Awesome stuff.
So I was a part of the Young Entrepreneurs Initiative. I also received a grant where I was able to buy products, equipment, office equipment, all things necessary in order to make my business to grow.
Awesome. And now, how would you describe the process itself? Like, what was it like signing up and applying for it, and any mentorship that happened during the process?
The process was relatively easy. It was an online application. All you had to do was fill it out. You need your passport and those relative IDs in order to get access to it. Then they would call you, and then they would tell you you were accepted. It was relatively easy.
And for me, I signed up online. For us, we went through like an online program where we learned about like running your business, all the back ends, your accounting, all that good stuff, how to put together a business plan. And once we submitted everything, we got our results or our answer back to let you know if you received it or not. Okay. And again, it was straight to the point and easy to follow.
And you guys have attained much success within your respective brands. So just what advice would you give to the young entrepreneurs who are out there listening to this specific segment? What advice would you give to them if they don't have the necessary resources or support that they need to get things off and running? What would you say to them?
I would first tell them to start. Just absolutely start. You might have the idea, but you don't have the resources or you don't know how to begin. Find a plan and begin.
And I would say to expand with your social media. Use social media like it's your Bible, like it's your playbook. Especially in this day and age, social media, as we see, grows businesses to its magnitude. And I would definitely say use social media, reach out, and get that outside help.
Yeah. I don't think people understand the power of, having your own brand on that platform. That you just, bypass a lot of things.
Now, I have to ask, how can people find you for your products or your services just before we let you go?
Okay, so you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Studio 8, that's the number 8, Creative. And you can also find me on LinkedIn at Nori Arnett.
All right. Well, you can find me on Facebook as Luminescence Candle Company, and also you can contact me at 810-0535.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us, ladies. And of course, if you're interested, be sure to visit sbdcbahamas.com and follow at SBDC Bahamas on social media for more information. There's more coming up right after this.
Every drop has a story. Every milestone has a face. Today, we celebrate the people behind 50 years of service, sacrifice, and nation building.
At the corporation, we have developed a very different culture. And the reason for the culture difference is that this is not simply another job, another pay opportunity, something to do until you can do better. No, my beloved brothers and sisters, this is a calling to national service, a calling to building something greater than our individualism, a calling to making the quality of life of our Bahamian citizens better now.
We thought it fitting at the corporation as we celebrated our 50th anniversary this year to recognize those original founding employees of the corporation because we certainly couldn't be here where we are at Water and Sewage today if we didn't come from the beginning. And the beginning is a tribute today to the 51 living employees that helped to transition us from a lowly department in the Ministry of Works called the Water Works Department to now what we celebrate as the Grand Water and Sewage Corporation.
I'm Betty Stubbs, and I work with the Water and Sewage as 36 years. Oh, I am very, very happy and proud that they honored me with this jacket, and I'm going to wear it with pride.
My name is John Munnings, better known as Ragnar. I work at the Water and Sewage for 39 years. The early days, working to the Water and Sewage, we really used to use pick and shovel. And like Ms. Davis said, when backhoe came along, that was I couldn't believe it.
Introducing Valvoline Restore and Protect, a first-of-its-kind innovation that returns pistons to factory clean, removing up to 100% of deposits, restoring your engine to perform like new. All new Restore and Protect, another first by Valvoline, distributed by Battery and Tire Specialists.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, Shop Smart, Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
The Blue Heart is the global symbol for human trafficking. It represents solidarity with the victims and a commitment to ending the exploitation of human lives. See the Blue Heart, know the cause, take a stand.
You're watching Access Now. Welcome back. Now, Swanson, we've been getting a lot of feedback about our competition at the end of the show, which, by the way, it's called Trash Get Ball, apparently.
And we are trash, so it's on brand.
We are trash at this game right now. But people are asking what the score is. Should we tell them? Should we tell the audience?
It's not anything dramatic or insurmountable. It's 2-1 right now. I'm up 1 against her. In terms of our field goal percentage, we're not doing the best right now, but that's fine. Kobe Bryant, one of the most all-time scoring leaders, top 5. You know, he shot under 50% for his career.
Really?
He still went down as a legend. So I feel, you know, we just got to keep getting the shots in.
So we might make it to playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to our critics, it's harder than you think it is.
It's harder than it looks.
Bright light, this is
We've
basically
got
like
lights
playing
in
on
our
the Madison
eyes.
Square Garden. Basically.
You're so right.
Yeah.
But we definitely have to sharpen our skills. You never know if there's some Trash Get Ball scout watching, ready to give us our big break. Well, speaking of opportunities, that brings us to our next story. Meaningful employment can provide more than a paycheck. It can restore confidence, autonomy, and opportunity. Those were among the key messages government officials, community leaders, and disability advocates revealed at a workshop aimed at helping people with disabilities prepare for the workforce ahead of an upcoming national job fair. Shaquille Dames explains.
Wednesday's job training seminar for the disabled proved that the Urban Renewal Authority pledges to take more proactive approach in helping Bahamians in every community. Urban Renewal Authority co-chair Reverend Dr. Diana Francis praised the initiative, saying it reflects the commitment to ensuring the vulnerable members of society are not overlooked and employment opportunities continue to expand.
She said we need to fight for those who nobody is fighting for and to be their voice. And so today we commend the minister. Let's go ahead and thank her for her vision, for her passion, and for commitment to national development.
Minister of Urban Renewal and Community Relations, Honorable Lisa Raming, touted the workshop's design to equip participants with practical skills they can immediately apply as they prepare to connect with prospective employers at next week's job fair.
My expectation is that they will walk away from here knowing how to answer interview questions, how to dress for the interview, and to be participative in the workshop and using every skill that they've learned to bring it on the outside on August 6th when we have our huge job fair. You said that you've seen a shift. In the Employment Act, it states that out of every 100 employee, it is expected that each job select at least one person living with disability. That's 1%. 1%! How could that harm anybody? Just 1%. And so that's to me, that's an obligation on all employers in this country, not just the private, but also governmental agencies as well.
Bahamas Alliance for the Blind and the Visually Impaired, President Stefan Pitt, believes meaningful employment remains one of the most important steps towards achieving independence and improving the quality of life for the disabled community.
They deserve the right to earn a living fairly and independently. The average able-bodied person could barely sustain themselves. So someone without a job and with a disability is already at a disadvantage. So I hope this opens up a new door of opportunity for persons.
For many here today, this was more than just a job fair. This was the next step for independence and meaningful employment. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Shaquille Dames.
Thank you, Shaquille. For some young Bahamians, summers usually leave behind memories with friends, internships that spur careers, and trips with family that are never forgotten. But for some young entrepreneurs, this summer sparked inventions, recipes, and dreams. Amaya Moss explains.
Inside the Ministry of Youth and Sports University Drive headquarters Wednesday, ordinary tables became windows into extraordinary possibilities. Every display carried its own fingerprint, from robots brought to life through careful coding to pastries baked with precision. The Apprentice Cam Trade Show marked the culmination of the ministry's youth summer program, inviting all walks of life to witness what can happen when curiosity is given room to flourish. Acting Youth Minister, the Honorable Leon Lundy, emphasized how the initiative is more than learning a skill. He acknowledged it's about shaping character, opening doors, and ensuring young Bahamians are reminded that their greatest resource is the potential they carry within themselves.
It's a pleasure for me to represent the Minister Mario Bolag in here, and it's great to see young people coming together, working in groups in order to display some of their artifacts that they have. And it was great to get a display of some of the works being done, being taught some things, being shown how to fly a drone for the first time, actually. I think I did well.
For the young participants, the exhibition was proof that growth often begins with a single opportunity.
For me personally, I find this very intriguing and more or less something that I'd love to do just in general. So even though I'm getting paid for it supposed to be a job, this is more or less a fun pastime at the moment for me.
If you had a button that fell off, you would have someone who could, like either your mom or your daughter, who can sew the button on. But now it's more of a lost trade. So I believe that it's important that we all try to continue the practice and even make homemade stuff for cheaper.
The most valuable thing on the minds of these young summer campers wasn't on the tables. It was the belief that the future is something they can build with their own hands. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Amaya Moss.
Definitely some bright minds there. Thanks so much, Amaya. Well, speaking of bright minds, we first introduced you to Alyssa Bain when she qualified for an international academic competition. Well, now she's back home with 6 medals, unforgettable memories, and a story that's inspiring a nation. Our Matea Stewart shares more.
6 medals, 1 Bahamian flag, and a suitcase full of unforgettable memories. That's what 13-year-old Alyssa Bain brought home after representing the Bahamas at the World Scholars Cup Global Round in Prague, Czech Republic. We've been following her journey since she earned her place in the prestigious international competition just a few weeks earlier. When asked about her performance, Alyssa said this.
For the debate, I felt quite comfortable because in our first debate, we debated against a team from Kenya. The second debate was from Bulgaria, and then the third was from India. And we won all our debates, and then I felt very accomplished when I was the flag bearer for the Bahamas, carrying the Bahamian flag to step on the international stage, and it felt quite good. 2 of the gold medals were for individual riding and 1 was for debate, and the rest was a team collaboration medals. And I felt very accomplished when my name popped up on the screen in Prague, and I felt very good.
While the academics were challenging and rewarding, Alyssa says she also made time to enjoy the sights of Prague. Her mother says this achievement is only the first chapter of what promises to be an incredible journey, adding that for Alyssa, the sky isn't the limit. It's just the beginning.
Truth be told, it was a crying moment for me in Prague just to see a small country like the Bahamas on the big stage, and our daughter is the one carrying the flag. I know the team now is headed in November, Lord's willing. The next round is the Tournament of Champions that's going to be hosted by Yale University, Lord's willing, in November. So we're excited about that journey to see how that goes for her and her experience with that.
One thing is for certain, this young scholar has already made the Bahamas proud, and she's just getting started. And when asked what message she'd like to leave for the audience, Alyssa said this.
242 to the world.
Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight Access Now, I'm Matea Stewart.
Congratulations again, Alyssa. You certainly have made us proud, and thanks so much, Matea. Well, stay with us. You're watching Access Now.
As July turns to August, smart shoppers turn to Super Value and Quality Supermarkets for specials like Best Value Whole Kernel Corn, 15 ounces, 99 cents. Jacquard Vegetable Cooking Oil, 40 ounces, $4.49. Boneless strip or ribeye steaks, $7.99 per pound. Turkey wings, $2.99 per pound. Sweet peaches or nectarines, $2.69 per pound. Forget the GPS, drop the compass, and turn off the maps. If you're looking to shop and save, you're looking for Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
You're looking at a shot of Montague Beach at midday in the blazing summer sun. That shot is courtesy of drone pilot Isaac Roberts.
Wednesday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. The latest updates from over in Glasgow, Scotland at the 2026 Commonwealth Games. Boxer Carl Heel not making it to the ring today after winning his opening bout. So he's scheduled to fight John McConnell from Northern Ireland in their quarterfinal matchup. Heel suffering a lower body injury in that match that would allow him to not be 100%. Team physician Dr. Ricky Davis tells us more.
Was boxing, and while he was boxing, his opponent stepped on his left ankle. He had a slight sprain to the left ankle. We worked on it. It had swollen up overnight. We worked on it, continued putting ice on it, continued to work on it, but he was still having swelling and pain to the area that he was not able to stand on. It was decided by the doctor, his coach, and Carl that it would be unfair for him to go there and to not stand on his leg to fight an opponent that may cause harm to him.
The track Olympian and former world junior double champion Anthony Strawn moving through the first round, the women's 200 meters, finishing third in a season's best time of 23:52. That was the 12th fastest of the qualifying round. Olympic champion Stephen Gardner also competing. He would finish in 20:85 in his 200-meter heat, but he would fail to advance to the semifinals as his time was tied for the 19th fastest time of all runners. Capital is a partnership that has both dividends for both country and school, that being the Bahamas and the University of Miami Athletics Department, establishing a multi-year partnership back in 2023 to help promote sports tourism, cultural exchanges, and community events. Fast forward to 2026, the Canes basketball team here in the 242 this summer with lofty expectations for their 2026-2027 campaign, perhaps hoping to help guide them to a Final Four run is a son of the soil. Our intern, Tanya Hanna, has that story.
The Bahamas has become a destination for some of the nation's top college basketball programs, and this week, the University of Miami is the latest to take the court for a practice at Bahamas. But for Bahamian and UM General Manager LJ Rose, this visit is about more than basketball. It's a chance to bring his program to his home country and give his team a first-hand look at to what the Bahamas has to offer.
Great. I mean, you can ask for a better situation. Being 20 minutes away, being able to bring the guys here. We plan on doing this annually. We're going to do some stuff in the community as well, and just let these guys know that, you know, it's more to basketball. It's a team bonding trip. We're not going to play anybody during this trip, but I think it's been very beneficial so far, and we, you know, plan on just finishing strong.
For head coach Jay Lucas, he believes experiences like this help to build team chemistry while giving his players the opportunity to embrace a new environment.
You know, this was important for us because we have such a new team. We have 10 new guys. We only have 3 returning players. So I wanted to get away from Miami and come somewhere where we could be all together under one roof, get away from our everyday life, and kind of spend some time to really get to know each other.
With practices and games continuing at Bahamas, the Hurricanes will leave the Bahamas with a better prepared for the season ahead while taking home an experience that extends far beyond the basketball court. Reporting from Bahamas, I'm Natani Hanna.
This installment in our Women in Sports series are Michelle Butler speaking with the woman who turned a medical diagnosis into a catalyst for a dramatic fitness transformation. Here's that story.
Hi, Jermaine. Yes. Yeah, we can do that. How many person?
Shauna Pitter and husband operate a successful tour business, among other entrepreneurial ventures. However, this was not the case amid her circumstances of 2020.
The first part of COVID, I should say, which should have been the February of 2020. My mom was in a terrible car accident, almost death door, and that shook us a little bit. Then COVID became a depressing moment because tourism, which was our main focus for my husband, failed somewhat. So we were stuck, financially drained and emotionally drained. So I was diagnosed with anxiety by a doctor, and I was just in a dark spot.
Shauna was eventually diagnosed as going through perimenopause. More bad news came after COVID, when during her annual, she was overweight and had a high cholesterol count. All of this prompted her to begin a physical fitness journey by joining a fitness group.
I was feeling much calmer. The fatigue was dying out, so I realized that I needed to exercise more, put my health first, and then do a little bit more healthy eating.
Pleased with her results, Shauna wanted to add strength training to her routine.
12, 13.
In February of 2025, she made a bold move by stepping into what could be considered the lion's den.
You got this. 2, come on, bro. 3,
I said I wanted to try that. I was scared. I used to look through the window and see them, and they looked so tired and exhausted. And one day I saw Mark, who was outside, and he said, why don't you try the class? I'm like, it looks scary in there. You guys look really tired. But I tried, Della, and I realized it was what I needed.
But on a fitness journey that became a lifestyle, she has no intention of stopping now. For Women in Sports Wednesday, I'm Michelle Butler.
Thanks, Michelle. That's been a look at your sports on this Wednesday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
And before we go, we want to encourage you to support children at the Bahamas Crisis Center. Tomorrow is Miracle Treat Day, and part proceeds from all Blizzard purchases will go toward a very worthy cause, the kids. So visit any participating Dairy Queen location tomorrow to help the Bahamas Crisis Center. Now, Swanson, which flavor did you get?
Oreo. Fire.
Oreo is good?
What you got, Rena?
I just kept it classic. It's yummy. It's
What did you get, Diane?
simple as that. What did you get, Diane?
Creme brulee.
Oh.
Notice how she's normally be gone by this time, but she stayed back just for ice cream.
Okay. That does it for Access Now tonight. Good night, everybody. We've got a new team member. Come, let's try to get some of these in. Let's go. Come.
The trajectory, the velocity, all that. Oh, excellent. That's 3. Let's
go. At Bahama Boulevard, I'm Sean Innes. This is ZNS.